Alright, so we're going to start off with using our spandex dome wig cap. You can get this from your local beauty supply store. This wig cap is not adjustable and it has no combs. This is a really good wig cap though to use when you're making your wigs. It fits snug and I just like to stretch it out just a little before I go in and start sewing on it. I'm then going to place the wig cap and line it up with the eyes on my mannequin, and I'm going to give it a little tug space. As you can see, I'm really pulling down on it just a little, and I'm putting it more towards the nape area of the mannequin. And after I adjust it exactly where I want it to be, I'm going to go in and secure it with a couple of safety pins. You can use safety pins and also T-pins to secure your wig. Whenever you're securing it, you want to give it a little bit tug and you want to pull down on it just a little. So once you start sewing down, it will not shrink too much and it'll fit really snug once you put it on. So as you can see, it has a little bit more room, space in the front, and then the back lays flat. I'm going in with this box of hair. This is from my local beauty supply store. This is a customer request, so I would not prefer this wig for long-term use. This is only for short-term, and this comes with like a full sew-in kind of deal. It has 3 bundles and 1 closure. Please check the description box if you like the wave pattern of this hair. I do have a very good recommendation by Divine Elegance Hair. If you want this kind of curl but you want human hair, then check out that description box and click on the link for Divine Elegance Hair. It is the same pattern and it's virgin hair and it works amazing, and I just made a wig out of it that I'll be showing you guys. Then you're going to need, of course, your needle and thread. You can use the regular sew-in needle and sew-in thread. These things are very beneficial. You don't want to use like any just kind of thread or needle. You want to use your regular sew-in needle and thread. So now I'm going in and I'm starting off with the closure, and I'm going to line the closure up with the front of the wig. You want the closure lined up with the front of the wig because you don't want the closure to stick out further than the bundles. After you line it up, I'm going to secure it with a couple of pins. And you know your closure will be in the right spot when you pull on the flaps on the side and it lays completely flat. And you're going to do that all the way around. Now it's time to lay that closure down. I'm going to go in right at the corner of the closure and I'm going to stay there and knot it about 2 or 3 times. I want to make sure that closure stays flat and doesn't start lifting right up at the corner. After I do about a finger width closer to the corner of the closure, then I'm going to start regularly sewing all the way around to the back of the closure. If you happen to get a knot, which happens in sew-ins, it's okay. Basically, you want to stop where you are. You want to stop where you are and you want to find the knot and take it out before proceeding. Because if you make the knot too tight, it will be too hard to pull out. So just slow down once you discover you made a knot and take the knot out, and then you'll be able to proceed. Alrighty, so I've made it to the other side of the closure. As you can see, it's laying really flat. And once you get to the other corner of the closure, you're going to do the same thing. Put about 2 or 3 knots so that the closure lays flat and it doesn't come off the wig cap. After securing the closure, you can then cut off all of the extra lace. Yes, get all that lace off, girl. You don't really need it. You can keep it on if you want to sew on top of it, but honestly, I just feel like that's another piece that may mess up the wig later. So I like to take off any extra, and then I twist the hair back down and get it out of my way so I can start sewing down the rest of the wig. Here I'm just taking the end of each track and I'm putting a safety pin through it so that I can secure it on the mannequin. I'm going to go in as a regular sew-in, and I didn't double track these because the hair is already really thick, so I wanted to spread it out good. And every time you move up, just take the safety clip up with you and secure each track so that it's easier to stay in place. After you secure your closure, you can go ahead and proceed as a regular sew-in, and that is my second bundle, which will cover the middle of my head. Now there's a gap left. I'm gonna start, once I have about this much space left, I like to go around the closure and then work my way down. And this is just so that it'll look full from very top, and just in case I need some extra hair, I know exactly where to place it. So I'm working my way around the closure, and then I'm going to go back and fill in that space right there. Alright, now there's this pocket right under my closure. I'm literally just going to cut that part of the wig cap out. Yes, it will have some of the band, but because you locked that closure onto the band where you put the knots at the very corners, it's not going to affect how the band is. It's still going to be very snug, and you don't want that wig cap to be under it because you want it to look natural. And then I go in and you see the little flaps that may be left. I just go in and sew those down so they can be even more secure. And this is the finished product, you guys. It looks really natural. I can of course pull the curls out, make it a little bit more full. And once again, you cannot really wash this wig because it's synthetic. You can, I don't know, you can juice it up a little, I guess, but you don't want to put too much product on a synthetic wig. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to watch, and I'll see you in my next video.